Genuinely, I think that you cannot please some of the Call of Duty fan base. They have been complaining about everything with MW4, and sometimes I think that people just look for something to complain about, anything to complain about. And people are complaining about things like SBMM, movement being clunky, maps, and a couple other things. And first off, listen, I agree with SBMM being cranked. I do agree with that. The movement being clunky, I don't agree with that. Even people complain about the TTK, I don't agree with. And let me preference this. I don't like fast TTK. I hate fast TTK. But my argument with complaining about TTK now is, what is the difference between Modern Warfare 19 and Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward's last two titles in this game? MW19, you die in 4 bullets. MW2, you die in 4 bullets. This game, you die in 4 bullets. What is the difference? Because I don't see a difference. I see Infinity Ward making the same thing but correcting the things that people hate about Modern Warfare 2. Making the movement more fluid and making it faster. Making the gameplay faster and things like that. Getting rid of the visual recoil like the gun smoke and stuff like that. Now, that being said, I have to say this, I don't mind some of the guns having recoil because every single gun in Call of Duty has played the same for the last 6 years. Every time, go and play a Call of Duty after a month or a couple months of it being out. Every single gun has no recoil and they all feel exactly the same. Now, that being said, I also agree and I hope that there are bigger maps when the game releases. I hope that Ground War has big maps like MW19 did, or even MW2 had good Ground War maps. But that being said, I don't think that the maps are bad. I think Rooftops is a great map. I don't even think Transit is that bad of a map. And I know people go, oh, brain rot, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I don't think it's that bad of a map. Get on me. I don't care. And I think Kashyyyk is a pretty decent map, and I think that Silkworm is pretty decent. Now, that being said, Kill Block is also really cool, but I do actually wish that they would have just regular kill confirmed or regular S&D and team deathmatch on it. I understand that it'd be pretty hard to balance game modes like hardpoint and stuff like that with the map. It would be cool if they can do that, and I hope that they do somehow, to be honest, because I think it would be cool to play that on regular game modes. But S&D for sure can happen in TDM and kill confirmed. Anyways, the point is, I don't think that the maps have been bad. I hope that we have bigger maps, but I don't think that they've been bad. And then we move on to the movement. I do not understand people saying that the movement is clunky. Now listen, I liked BO6 and I liked BO7. The games are not perfect by any means, but I enjoyed them. I didn't mind them. I liked Omni movement, and I hope that Treyarch continues with Omni movement. I think that there is ways to balance it out, maybe adding a stamina bar, maybe adding pro perks back and adding lightweight pro, and then you could have unlimited stamina. But my point being, this game does not need Omni movement. This game does not have clunky movement. This game feels amazing and it feels very fluid. And you know what? People can call me a COD shield and say whatever they want, but I just don't think that the movement feels clunky at all. And there are a lot of people that will agree with me. I think that if you think that the game is sweaty, hey, I can get that and I understand that. But the fact is, there is SBMM, and people are better at Call of Duty than they were 10 years ago. That is just the truth. There's still a lot of people that suck at Call of Duty. That's just the truth of it. But the fact is, yes, there's SBMM, and SBMM protects them, and I understand that. But my point is, the movement's not clunky. The gunplay feels good. I don't mind if guns have actual recoil, but that being said, yeah, I don't like gun smoke and stuff like that. It kind of gets annoying. Now, it would be cool if gun smoke was in things like DMZ or Warzone exclusively. I think that would be cool because it solidifies that they are separate experiences and it adds on to immersion and things like that. But my point being with all of this is that I just feel like sometimes I don't understand. If you haven't liked Call of Duty in the last 10 plus years, why do you still talk about Call of Duty? Why do you even play Call of Duty anymore? You hate Call of Duty, you complain about Call of Duty, and you haven't liked Call of Duty since probably MW19. And I can say this, I have liked MW19, I liked Cold War, not at the launch, but I did like Cold War. MW2, I did like, and then I hated it, and then I like it now. I look back at it and I go, it wasn't that bad. It had its flaws, it had its problems. Vanguard sucked. MW3 wasn't bad. It was good. It was a $70 DLC, but Sledgehammer did a great job with it. And that being said, I have said that I do think that MW3 had clunky movement, and I stand by that. And what I mean specifically is like the sliding and the dolphin diving and stuff. Something felt off. But I think Sledgehammer as a whole, their games feel clunky besides OG MW3. And that's about it. I think their games just feel clunky. I'm being honest. But my point is, I liked MW3. I liked BO6. I liked BO7. And I like MW4, and it's everything that I wanted. Genuinely, I do not understand. If you don't like Call of Duty, like, I just say this, dog, stop spending your time complaining about Call of Duty. And I grew up and I played the Golden Age. I played the Golden Age. I grew up. I'm going to be 24 this year. I have played Call of Duty almost my entire life. I love Call of Duty. But that being said, I have not hated the franchise in the last 10 years. I don't like everything about the franchise, and I don't like everything about some of those games. But I think MW19 was an S tier game. I think that MW3 was a great game. I think it's A tier. I think that this game so far is S tier. I'm being honest. And to me personally, all they have to do is by launch, please have bigger maps. Have bigger maps in Ground War and everything like that. And address the SPMM. Tone down SPMM, and this game is S tier. I mean, genuinely, it is everything I've wanted. It still has movement tech, and the game just feels good. The game just feels good. I mean, I don't have anything else to say. I just like the game. It still has movement tech. It feels good when you're sliding. You slide around the corner, and you just absolutely dookie on somebody. Like, the game just feels good, dude. I can't wait to just grind out and play the game. And so last thing is, listen, if you don't like the game, that's fine. And I'm not saying you should buy the game. If you haven't played the game yet, go play the beta. The open beta is starting. Play the open beta. I'm not saying buy it yet, but I'm just saying, me personally, I like the game. They just got to tone down some SBMM, and I think it's fine. And hopefully there's bigger maps. That's legit my only two complaints. I don't know what else to say. If you don't like the franchise and you haven't liked it for the last 7 years and you're just still complaining, and I could understand complaining about SBMM. I've complained about it for years in the OMM or whatever else they do. But like my guys, I've liked Call of Duties. I've liked Call of Duties. And so if you just don't like Call of Duty anymore, just go play something else. Oh, and aim assist needs tuned. Now listen, they already said that they're tuning aim assist, adjusting it, but I am a controller player and I don't even own a PC. I've always been a controller player. But I have thought this for a while now. Aim assist needs lowered all across the board. In the beginning of BO7, when it was lowered, it was amazing. And I was getting dookied on. Dude, I was struggling. But listen, it needs to be lowered. Shotguns don't need aim assist either, or snipers. And aim assist all across the board needs nerfed. Heavily needs nerfed. It is horrible how strong aim assist is. But God bless, my friends, and Jesus loves you. I hope you have an amazing day or an amazing night whenever you're watching this. Good night.